Right here at the podium. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Francisco Escalante.
Okay, thanks. You're here on one new case and a probation hold. In the new case, you were arrested for third-degree burglary, a Class 4 felony, and resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you, both in this case and in your probation case, because the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. So you'll have a lawyer for that case as well. You will have the same next court date for both cases. It's this coming Thursday, September 5th, 1 week from today, 8:30 in the morning. That'll be a status conference in the new case and a probation revocation arraignment hearing in the probation case. You will also have a preliminary hearing in the new case on Monday, September 9th. All right, in the probation case, it is ordered that you are held without bond under Arizona law. In the new case, you just have a $50 secured appearance bond to make you eligible for credit for time in custody. You shouldn't bother trying to post that if you're still being held in your probation case. You will have the same lawyer for everything, and you'll see them in a week. Do we have this paperwork, officer? Should I have him have a seat? Okay, we have it. Thank you very much. All right, you guys step out to your left. Good luck. Mr. Smiley. And then Dustin Dingle, if you'll go to the chair. And just so counsel for the state knows, the attorney appears to be still in reasonable conversation with Mr. Kendrick. I'm probably going to bump it a few matters. I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Smiley, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Thanks, Smiley.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for allegations of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, that's a Class 3 felony, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those things. They also booked you on 2 additional allegations that, for purposes of this hearing only, the police did not provide enough support for. So I'm not finding probable cause for them, again, for purposes of this hearing only. And that is aggravated assault involving serious physical injury and criminal damage. Does not mean those are dismissed, but I'm not going to set release conditions based on them. So talk to your lawyer about how that works. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Again, there is probable cause for the aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument and the disorderly conduct. Your next court date will be a status conference 1 week from today, September 5th, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing September 9th at 8:30 in the same court. Based on what's been alleged against you and your criminal history, bond is set in your case at $25,000. That is secured. You have written release conditions as well. No contact with any alleged victim, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. Everything you need to know is on your paperwork, and we'll get you a copy of that and take that with you. Thank you. Mr. Dingle, and then Chris Angel, Jimenez or Jimenez, if you please go to the chair. All right, Mr. Dingle, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Dustin Allen Dingle.
Okay, thanks. You're here on an arrest warrant because there's been a new case filed against you, charging you with narcotic and dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, back on April 27th of 2024. And you'll get a copy of that criminal complaint and police reports from your lawyer. It looks like it comes out of the Peoria Police Department. You will end up with the same lawyer in this case that you have for your other open cases. Your next court date in this new case will be in 1 week, which is a status conference, September 5th at 8:30. Your preliminary hearing will be September 9th at 8:30. And you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond in this case, and written release conditions you're ordered to comply with. We're going to get you a copy of your paperwork, and thank you, officer, if you take that as you step out. Thank you. All right, Mr. Jimenez, maybe Mr. Jimenez, if you come to the podium. And then Julie Benitez, will you go to the chair? Yeah, right there. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Chris Angel Jimenez, August.
All right, so there's half of your stuff says Jimenez, half of it says Jimenez, which is probably a typo that's been perpetuated for a long time.
Oh, I see that on here, yeah.
Right, and it looks like, because I've never seen anybody, well, sometimes we get some very odd spellings, and they're right. It looks like your criminal history is Jimenez, so I was going to go with that. Well, anyway. So, your paperwork may indeed say Jimenez, but when they charge you, hopefully they will do that correctly. All right, you got booked for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. It's a Class 3 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference, September 5th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing September 9th at 8:30 in the same court. And I'm setting bond in your case at $5,000 secured. I want you to know that the state's written recommendation was $50,000 secured. I'm basing this also on you not having any criminal history and apparently a job that you would presumably like to keep.
Yes.
So you will have to post bond, though. You may not have any contact with the alleged victims nor any arresting officers. No weapons, no drugs, no driving without a valid license. So, as I said, I did appoint a lawyer for you. Yeah, you won't meet your lawyer until your next court date, though. So don't violate your release conditions. Don't miss that court date. If you
got it.
You'll lose that bond money, and everyone in the system takes this type of case very seriously. If you had a whiff of other criminal history, I might not have gone 50, but I would have gone significantly higher.
Mm-hmm.
So if you step to your left, you get a copy of your. You have it. Okay,
Appreciate it,
take it with you. Thanks. All right, Julie Benitez. And then Sky Wagner. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Julie Benitez.
Thank you. You're here on a probation warrant in your Class 4 felony probation case. There was a petition to revoke your probation already filed that alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. And counsel, we'll be ready for you whenever you are. Is that?
Okay, yes.
Okay, sounds good.
To let the court know that we're ready whenever.
Thank you. All right, so apologies, Ms. Benitez. This warrant issued on August 23rd of this year. So I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date will be in 1 week. It's September 5th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court with the preliminary, got confused. Doing too many things at once. This is a probation hearing. You will go to probation court in 1 week. That's September 5th at 8:30 in the morning. It's a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing, and your bond is $1,500. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all your conditions and call your PO. There's your paperwork. If you step to your left, if we don't have it, we'll get it to you, okay? Go ahead and step out to your left. They'll bring it to you. Good luck, ma'am. All right, Ms. Wagner, and then we will do Mr. Kendrick's case. No, whoever that is, you've got to wait, sir. Whoever that is. Yeah, we're going to, okay. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Sky Wagner.
Thank you. You're here on a warrant for failing to appear in a case in which you've been charged with unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. It's a Class 5 felony. You have already had counsel appointed. Your next court date will be in 1 week, September 5, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing September 9th at 8:30. And I'm affirming the $1,500 secured appearance bond that was set in this warrant. Don't miss your court date, so you will lose the bond money, and there will be another warrant issued for your arrest. And you've got your paperwork maybe coming? Okay, thanks. If you go have a seat, I'll bring it out. And then, officer, can you, wave at the defense lawyer? He said he was ready, and then he went back and said,
Yes.
that guy's not next. What's your name, sir? I haven't called you yet. I'm not sure what you heard, but it was not your name. Okay. All right. Sorry. All right, sir. I need your full name and your date of birth, please.
Asa Kendrick.
And then first, the appearance of the state. She's appearing virtually.
Barbara Pearson, for the state, Your Honor.
And for the defense.
Jonathan Garner on behalf of Mr. Kendrick.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Kendrick, You've been arrested on 2 allegations. One is aggravated assault by temporary disfigurement and/or the breaking of a bone, that's a Class 4 felony, and aggravated assault against a victim bound, restrained, or otherwise, or whose ability to resist is otherwise impaired. That is a Class 6 felony. And before I go forward, did the defense want to be heard on probable cause?
Say that one more time, Judge.
Did you want to be heard on probable cause before I go to release conditions? Because obviously if I don't find probable cause, there won't be any release conditions. So I always bifurcate those, even though most people don't challenge PC.
Yes, I've read the Form 4. We will waive the hearing of that.
Okay, so, Mr. Kendrick, based on what the police have submitted, there is probable cause for these 2 allegations, which I'm sure, as your lawyer told you, is not a terribly high standard, but it is there in this instance, and so I do find there's probable cause. Now, I was just double checking, you're for the rest of the case, right? Okay. So I need to reprint this, so I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because you've hired one. So we will, might as well wait till the end though. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you your court dates in a moment. First, I am going to address the question of release conditions today. So I'm going to hear from the state first. What is the state's recommendation?
The recommendation is for a $75,000 secured appearance bond, not to possess any firearms, not to return to the incident location, electronic monitoring, no direct or indirect contact with the victim. The reason behind that request for bond is this read as a very brutal assault causing serious injury and hospitalization. There was a strong weight of video evidence, and it also sounds like there's a risk of victim intimidation or retaliation. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Garner.
Judge, we would ask that he either be released on his own recognizance or to pretrial services. He has 3 children in this state that he takes care of. He is married, and his wife was, the subject of this. The circumstances of this stems from my client trying to protect his wife from the victim based on past conduct of the victim. To my knowledge, the victim even appeared at the scene of the incident this morning, as confirmed by my client's wife. We would ask that he's got no history of failed to appear, to my knowledge. There has been noted to me of criminal history of a marijuana charge from several years ago.
It was sales, but yes.
Yes, sale of marijuana from several years ago. He doesn't pose a danger to the community. I understand that the state wants to put in place, separation between him and the victim, which is totally appropriate, and I understand that for that circumstances. But he's not a flight risk. He's not a danger to the community. We ask that he be released on own recognizance or to pretrial services. If the court's inclined to set a bond, $75,000 would impose a hardship on my client financially. He works, his wife is also working 2 jobs. They have 3 children. They're paying rent, paying for vehicles, things of that nature.
All right, thank you. Mr. Kendrick, I've considered what's been alleged against you, your criminal history, and the recommendations of both parties here today, and based on that, the court sets bail in your case at $5,000. It is secured. And I think I will not impose electronic monitoring because it is the court's belief that you have enough to lose in this case that you understand how foolish it would be to violate the court's release conditions while this case is pending. You are prohibited from going to any part of that Fry's Marketplace. That means where your wife presumably still works. You may not set foot on that property. No contact with the alleged victim. You may not respond to any contact from the alleged victim. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you had served with an order against harassment, you need to comply with that as well. Everything else will be in my release conditions. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And the defense?
No, Judge.
Okay, and we need to reprint this. Okay, thank you. We're going to print that.